I do like this pomp and ceremony thing. I know some people hate it, a horrible reminder of colonialism, but it reminds me of being a kid. Anytime there was a parade or a marching band or any kind of ceremony like this, my grandparents would take my brother and I to watch. They lived in Southsea, near Portsmouth, so in the summer holidays we would go and see all the Navy parades, including the gun run, if anyone remembers that. Today brought back all those fuzzy feelings of being with them. And it was nice to share it with my own kids. The governor of Gibraltar was leaving, and this was his last ceremonial guard mount. You see the piper in the red kilt? If you follow the YouTube channel Intrepid Bear, you will recognise that as Ian, who was able to lend his piping services to the band here whilst he and Kate were staying in Gibraltar. They came round that evening for some cake and drinks, and it was lovely to meet fellow adventurers and to swap stories.
But I saw like two of those important government people up there with their phones out.
What do you think?
They're probably checking their socials.
Yeah. What do you think, Dan?
Good.
After the parade, we returned to the marina and the mood changed somewhat. That is absolutely
Outrageous.
Absolutely disgusting. I've never seen like so much rubbish.
When we came back from the parade, we were really upset by what we saw. I told Mummy I wanted to clean it up, so she gave us bin bags, gloves and a net. We found cushions, bottles, sweet wrappers, crisp packets, a table mat, shopping bags and lots of polystyrene beads.
Okay, I've got it. Okay, Darcy, go get the basket.
Me and Darcy started the cleanup, and then we were joined by Eric, Jake, Mum and Dad. I did some research and found out there's about 5.25 trillion pieces of plastic debris in the ocean. This is not good. It's killing the fish, jellyfish, sharks and all life in the ocean.
It's absolutely appalling. Well done, girls. Thank you.
Look at how much we've got so far. Anyone watching out there, please don't throw rubbish in the ocean. It's really bad for the environment, and people like us have to come and clean it. Very fun. And lower it really far down and start turning it over, and tip the stuff out. Yuck. Push it out. And done.
If humans keep this up, they will destroy the ocean completely. But this can be changed and you can help. If you litter pick on land, it can help, as it stops that litter blowing into the sea. And you can litter pick from the sea, like we have. If you love the ocean like me, then please help. Do what you can and I will be forever grateful. After a few hours, we got 4 bags of litter. It was not perfect, but we made a difference.
People think that they can't make a difference, right? But every little bit of plastic or rubbish that you take out of the ocean just makes it that one little bit extra cleaner. But look what these kids have done, what they've achieved today. It's not perfect, there's still bits of plastic floating in there, but it's a massive improvement.
You've got to put an effort in. You can't just expect it to all be sorted. If
You
don't
must
do it
put an
now,
effort
it won't
in,
happen. So, if you want to help, no, a bit too tired today, get it done. You can do it.
Don't throw litter in the ocean.
I think we should get all these 4 back, right? We should go up to like the Gibraltar government and like put them at their doorstep with like a note saying, please do not hurt the ocean.
There was more rubbish the next day. So Tilly decided to take a different approach.
So we're writing a letter to the governor and to the owner of the marina because there's just so much litter in the water.
According to my calculations, if everyone in the entire world, all 7.5 billion, all 7 billion of us, picks up 3 bags a day for about like 21 days, then it should all be gone. It's everyone on the entire planet doing that though.
Including babies?
Yeah, and all the old people and everything. People in like people for old homes will like dying. They'd have to get up, even if they're like people in a coma. They'd have to get up and all do it. And, like little babies who don't even know how to walk. If they'd have to go do it. That's the family would have to pick up 15 bags a day.
And you know what? None of them have written back. We saw more litter whilst out delivering the letters. We took them for an ice cream to say well done. However, they had to settle for cake as the ice cream shop was closed. When we posted on our social media about this, there were people who were inspired and they sent money for ice cream. So thank you to Kelly, Jerry, and Mick and Fran. There is a link here if anyone else would like to do the same. And who knows, we could make a regular activity of litter picking on your behalf. Back to the boat and the rain set in. Listen to that thunder. It echoes and rumbles all around the rock.
Oh, hello there. Didn't see you. Just thought we'd update you on our tragedy the other day of everything going wrong after everything going wrong after everything going wrong. Anyway, we're in Gib, went to an amazing chandlery, met a man with a big beard who lives on a boat. And yeah, the chandlery's like, he keeps going on, oh, I can't have everything, but he has pretty much got everything, like it's amazing stock. Anyway, made up some new valves, got 2 of them, gonna pop 1 on both port and starboard, and then we got proper isolation on the 2 diesel tanks, which is what we need. So that's good, that's step 1 of the diesel tank sorting out process, and hopefully I should all be wrapped up here in just a few moments. Look at that. Our water level sensor is working, and not only that, the alarm's going off to tell us we're nearly empty, which gives us an opportunity because we are in Gibraltar, and on the filler that is metered. It's metered. It's the first time I've ever been anywhere where the water level what we use is metered. It's like a penny a litre or something. Anyway, we're going to fill up now and we're going to have a really exciting time filling in a spreadsheet. We're going to take measurements, how many litres have gone in, how much time has passed, and what the gauge says on here, because this gauge is set to linear, which is like a straight line, but the tank is like a triangle-y, curvy type shape. So we can calibrate the tank gauge. You excited? You with us? You tuned in? Let's go. Step 1. Run the tap until the pump goes because it's run out of water. Sound of an empty water pump. Got your watch? Where's your stopwatch? Okay, so we have an ohms reading on the sensor. We have a table here where we fill in the time passed, the ohms reading, and the litres on the gauge outside. Okay, let's go outside. She's not quite as excited about it as I am, but I'll get her excited. She'll be like, this is the coolest experiment I've ever done. Let's go. Got your clock ready? Got my clock ready? That's the gauge. Everyone got it? Got the measurement? So we're going to record that every 3 minutes. Okay, for half an hour. Ready? Go. 8, 9, we're in sync, yes. Right, let's go and get a reading when it says 3 minutes. We can do this. Exactly as your watch says 3. Yeah? Memorise that number that says 207 now. Yeah? And write it down that column there.
This one.
Yeah, that's it. Got it?
Yeah.
Right, I've got to go outside. So you've got to take this one by yourself, alright? Yeah. 11 minutes into the experiment. Please keep on all the data. I've been taking photos of the volumes.
Data.
However, the kids need to go shopping and I want to go shopping, so we're going to go shopping. But then when I come back tonight, maybe in between my lessons or after my lessons, I'm going to extrapolate all the data and turn it into a cool graph and then plot it all on the machine.
It's going to be a boring
It's going to be awesome.
The next day we went on a walking tour of the city.
Now, this is the seawall, and where we are now is water.
That's mad, isn't it? Elaine had tipped us off about this really good app. It's called Guru Walk, and you can book onto walking tours all over the world and pay what you want at the end. Our guide was born in Gibraltar, so it was great to have a local's perspective. This is all reclaimed land. The sea used to come right up to these walls. John and Yoko were married here. However, we were told that one of the legal requirements is that you have to stay in Gibraltar for at least a night after the ceremony, but they left straight away. The kids were quite interested in seeing these chickens in the tree.
This narrow walkway. Look at all the fortifications we have around here. And this must have been full of soldiers aiming down at you.
This land port is a gate into the territory of Gibraltar. It was originally the only entrance to the fortification from the land, and it was heavily guarded. You can see red telephone boxes, and these Royal Mail post boxes are unique, as Main Street is the only known street that has examples of a letterbox from each British monarch since they were first introduced during the reign of Queen Victoria. I wonder if they're going to get a Charles one. The tour was great, and she took us inside places that we would have just walked straight past had she not shown us, including the inside of this now shop, which was once a theatre. She also highlighted the fact that there are people from many countries and many different religions. There are mosques, churches, synagogues, temples, all in such a small area, and yet everyone gets along just fine. That evening, Elaine looked after the kids, and Hugh and I got to go on a date. We found a jam session. And then it was our turn. Not on the instruments we normally play, but it felt incredible. That was like a drug.
A legal high.
I got to play music again, and it's absolutely, I didn't realise how much I'd absolutely really miss it until I did that. So I'm going to stay another week now, learn 3 new tunes and play. Oh, so good. I loved it. The next day, I'm back to reality. I'm back to the jobs.
For the last 9 months, our Starlink cable has gone through the window. So today, we've got another VHF aerial, and I also want to run some power up. The 3 cables, the Starlink, the VHF, and some power to the top of the solar arch, so I can put a light up there, nice. Are all being run through the solar arch, hence why all the ceiling's down, and we've got some new holes I've just drilled next to the old holes where the current solar wires for the solar panels go. So this is why the Starlink cable's been running through our window for the last 9 months, because it's got, in fairness, the fitting on the other end is not as bad, but they've got these big chunky fittings on them, so the one on the other end is not as bad, but it's still pretty bad, and you can't get that through a small aperture. Anyway, I've done loads of research. I've been looking online how to splice this. Apparently it is very similar to a Cat 6 cable. It's basically a Cat 6 cable with a ground inside. So there's 8 wires in here plus a ground wire, so 9 wires. Anyway, I've chatted to other sailors who have done it, and they are all confident it's not a big issue. So, ready? Where should I cut it? Ready? done my research. I know I can fix this. I know I can fix this. Worst comes to worst, I can order another one and we can plug that in instead. So, there's no going, where should I cut it?
Are you teaching today?
I'm not teaching today. Oh, that's close. You see, quite a lot of cables in there. So yeah, that's on the to-do job now, fixing that. Anyway, in the meantime, I'm gonna feed that through.
I am going to service the winches. Hugh has experience serving winches from his days working on the handball, but not this type. We were very much making it up as we went along.
So,
am I still taking all these out though?
yeah, absolutely everything. Just strip the whole thing down.
Okay.
And get complete footage of everything, how it goes. Smallest but fattest cog on top.
Yeah.
Biggest cog on the bottom.
Yeah.
Middle-sized one there.
Yeah.
The orientation matters upside down. Kelly's just gone, oh, it's brass.
Ah, it's like when you clean it, service it.
This is man talk, we're servicing it. She's not using the washing up bowl, she's using the parts cleaner.
People think it's all glamorous, like going around on a yacht and stuff, but here I am, rainy day, I'm servicing the winches, and Hugh there is outside doing some other jobs. So there's always jobs to be done, just like in a house. That's it really.
So it's got to be from below. So anything could be. Oh, am I right? Am I right? Let's find out. So the issue is, this here is not removable. Is there a fitting on the bottom? If not, I'm going to be hacked off. No. Looks like another one there, doesn't it though? Basically, Hugh kept coming along, offering suggestions, hitting stuff, and then just giving it me back when the grease needed removing. Take that slowly. It's all yours.
Thanks. Yay. That's the wrong side.
I'll leave you to do the rest of it.
But I did manage to get all the grease off and it cleaned up beautifully. Meanwhile,
we don't have a Passerelle ladder, like thingamajig. New one, boat one, like grand. If I try to make one out of a ladder, still a couple £100 of parts, maybe £100. Plus I spent half a day yesterday trying to find a ladder. I couldn't find one, and I'm in Gibraltar, the most likely place for me to find a ladder out of all the places we're going. So that's all that. I could make one out of wood, but it will wear over time. That line's nearly died. Christ, every line's rubbing. And then, also, I promised my daughter when she was 4 that I'd make a slide that went off the boat into the sea. She's now about to turn 7, but it could also double as a Passerelle. Wouldn't that be awesome? We would be the coolest boat in every marina we went to.
Trust me, I've already done it. Yeah, I don't.
And then I want to know how you get off it from here.
most mooring in the Med is stern to like this, and most people have a boarding plank, aka a Passerelle ladder. But it seems that we have a slide.
If we can rig this is so much better than anyone else's Passerelle or whatever the bloody called. This is what you want. You don't want a Passerelle. Not like you want a slide. Look at this.
Oh my gosh!
Look, here's John and Elaine secretly wishing that they had a slide. The boys definitely did.
That's cool because I find it much harder to get off the boat.
I'd love to pretend I planned this, which is pretty cool, but I cut the cable right underneath the most useful workstation on the boat. Look at that, perfectly lengthed, cuts in the right place. So I'm on to a bit of a splicing and soldering. You can see I've got my heat shrink all lined up. So gonna get to it. Hopefully it's fairly straightforward.
Splicing a cable. Now that the cable has been cut in order to reroute it, Hugh has to join it back together by splicing it.
So I'm not much of a solderer. In fact, I'm not one at all. Everything I know, I'm just sort of blagging and working out. And by working out, I mean guessing. I'm not even watching YouTube videos to find out. But I've had a bit of fun. Like, so where are we? It's done that. I'm gonna put a sleeve over it. And basically, yeah, do that. Turn that into that 9 times, and I might have something that'll work. It's where I need Kelvin here because he knows how to do proper soldering, and I've got a like absolute budgetist soldering iron from somewhere in Spain, and no proper tools. But I'm having fun, and I'm pretty sure like that's a connection. There's definitely electrical signal able to flow through that connection. So hopefully it'll work. 6 down, 3 to go.
Splicing done, and there was only one way to test it. Alexa, do you work?
Everything seems to be working.
In the words of Jeremy Clarkson, I did a thing.
That evening, the Summers had us round for tea to help them test out their new air fryer.
That's like barbecue-y, smoky, and that's ras al hanout.
It's not Easter today, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It's not Easter. It's definitely not Easter today. It's definitely. There's no way. There's no way it's Easter today. There's no evidence anywhere that suggests anything about it being Easter today. Oh. Well, that's up for them to work it out, isn't it?
Every year, the Easter Bunny comes, and it even comes on boats. Look, Easter eggs is right there. And there's another one there. Pity they're creaming eggs. Literally, right? That's what we were trying to tell you. The Easter Bunny definitely came. Mum and Dad wouldn't get us these. And there's big Easter eggs.
After our Easter roast, it was time to go on a walk with the Summers to burn off the chocolate calories.
Hello.
Hiya.
Thank you.
First greenery we've seen for a while.
Giant water maker. John told us that this waterfall is actually all the brine waste from the desalination plant.
This is lovely. Like, I didn't realise how much I've been coveting this. A nice walk in the rain. It's gorgeous, lovely. I don't know what you guys at home are all complaining about. Actually, it's quite nice.
We had made it to the tip of the rock, and how much more British can you get than a rainy walk to get an ice cream? Thank you, John. This is so British, we're eating ice creams in the pouring rain. I don't think you could get more British than that. And in a park, yeah, Anna. However, after months of being warm, we had lost our hardy edge and had to get the bus back. See, we do finish jobs eventually. This was the winch reassembly.
So that needs to be there, stop that falling out. That's what we said. And then this one has another washer there to stop that falling out. So that all makes sense. So the only question now is quite where you're...
How many more to do?
8. But that only took about 8 hours, that's fine.
Smooth. And one last job to complete. Are you going to be celebrating?
Oh yeah.
Are you celebrating your calibrator?
10%. It says 10%. And I put 52 litres in, it says 54. So like, that's pretty close. It's pretty close. Let's see if we can get more accurate, shall we?
Let's go.
So this is going to take...
This is exciting times, people.
Thanks, Kel.
Huh?
We'll wait here for 3.5 minutes every time and then take another reading. It's my next half an hour plan.